And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. Okay, so back to PearAI. PearAI is a what do you call it? PearAI is an open source AI code editor that you can develop. It has AI code assistance. So we're not going to actually be testing the code assistant features. Instead, what we'll be doing is we're going to be using it as an advanced code editor for the features that I look for in my text editors. So it's built as a fork of Visual Studio Code. So some of you guys who have been who want me to try Visual Studio Code, this is one of those perfect alternatives that's completely open source. So you can obviously look at it has a GitHub repository. So as you can see here, it's this is a PearAI -app, try Pear. And as you can see, the latest version, the time of this recording, came out on May the 2nd of 2025, and for Linux it's version 1.8.9. That's the one we're going to use today. So as you can see here, it says here this is a fork of VS Code, and they have all the instructions if you want to build it from scratch, or if you want to, you can see how to contribute, read the master document, and yeah, there we go. So it lives as our sub model. So there we go. So the license, the license according to their GitHub page is MIT. Yes, it's MIT license. So I've done a tutorial on the MIT license. I think it was the first tutorial I ever did. That doesn't sound like English, but that I put out there. So if you wanna in-depth read into what the MIT license is, there's actually I think 2 of them. So you can 2 or 3 of them. So you can go on. I have an article, and I also have a video, and also a short video about the MIT license. So basically what that means is that you can use, modify, and distribute it with minimal restrictions. That's one of the reasons why I don't like to showcase proprietary software, because they usually have restrictions. For example, as I said, one of the reasons why I got suspended on Twitter is because of one of those type of reasons. And I said I actually got the information right from the the website, the pictures, everything right from the website, and clearly I showed that in the video, but Twitter just refuses to reinstate me, so I think I'll just stay away from Twitter going forward. Okay, so you need to make sure that your CPU is compatible. So you need to have AVX or AVX X2 FMA. So in order to show that, to see if your CPU is compatible, all you do is I'm on Linux, of course, so I'll show you what I do is I can just simply go on the command line. I'm going to clean this up, and then I'll show you. So you just type ls CPU. That will list everything about the CPU, but you see it's going to list too much stuff. So then what we can do is we can pipe it into grep. And then we're going to look for something specific. So we're going to look for AVX. I can just type AVX, or if AVX doesn't exist, we use the slash and the pipe symbol again, and then just means it stands for all. So AVX2 slash. And then the other one is FMA. So there's 3 of them. To find if any of them do exist. So we do that. What did I do wrong here? Oh, this is supposed to be -W. There we go. So I do have. Make another mistake. Forgot to put a slash. Oh yeah, the last one, I forgot to put that there as well. Forgot the pipe symbol there. So you see on my CPU, which is a AMD Ryzen 5 5600 GT, I do have all of them. I do have FMA, I do have AVX, and I do have AVX2. So I'll be able to run this application, the PearAI. So then next you can, as I say, I've already been on the GitHub page. So basically I'm on Linux, so I'm on Fedora Linux 42 in Wayland. So you just download, if we go back here, you can simply just go, you see here, you can simply just download, it said Linux. I can just, I said I download the latest one, or you can use wget, that's up to you. Then you decompress it, you cd it, then you just sudo PearAI manager.sh, then it's going to run the installer. So I already did that. I just literally did it just a few days ago. So it's already installed, and I've already explained explained all this stuff. So let's actually, so as you can see, I've been taking some screenshots. As you see, I downloaded using wget. Then you see it installed. It had I think whatever it needed, it installed or compiled. And this is what you get. You see, this is a PearAI manager version 1.8.9. You see, when you run that manager, you get a couple of options. You can install, uninstall, or exit. So clearly, I installed it, and then after installing, then I did. The reason you see exit here is because after install, it goes back to the same thing. So obviously, I need to exit. So it is installed. We'll go back to the manager later when at the end. So we'll see if it's a good editor to stay or to be removed. So since it did install, I'm just typing. Why can't I? Is it not installed? What's going on here? Okay, somebody just subscribed. What? That's weird. It doesn't seem to. Do I have to start from the command line? It's not, unless I deleted it. Did I just delete it? I hope I did not delete it. Oh man, I must. I'm wondering if I deleted it. Let's hope I didn't delete it. Let's go to the is PearAI here? I hope I didn't delete it. Oh, PearAI, it's here. Oh, I must have deleted it. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it again. So I'm going to decompress this. I'm going to follow those instructions. So I must have deleted it. I didn't realize I guess I was doing something else. Okay, that's fine. So here's the command line again. I'm a little not quite under the weather. It's because for 3 nights in a row, a coyote was coming over about 10 o'clock and howling just in the driveway. So I got a little bit ticked off yesterday. I went outside and I flickered the lights in the deck, and it still wouldn't go. It was still howling, and I'm like, what's going on? So then I go in the kitchen, and I look and I see a little white furry creature, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! The lights are on. What do you go with? So what I did is I just I went outside, I yelled, and then I guess it took off because I didn't see it. Because I was like, don't make me go outside. Okay, so let me clean this up again. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, where I'm here, I'm going to, oh yeah, I have to unzip it. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm gonna use verbose. What's the name of it? Prepare. Am I in the wrong place? What's going on? Why is it not finding? What folder am I? I'm in the right folder. What's going on? Let's see. Z. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I think I have to do 3 characters. Okay, I forgot to put the V here. The V is for verbose, but it's uninstalled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cd into it. And let's make sure. This is where I am right now. And then so basically I need to, what does it need to do? Sudo PearAI manager. Where's it? I don't see it there. Is it in the script? Oh, here it is. Oh man, I said something is completely wrong with me. So I'm going to run it as sudo. You can use bash if you want, but it doesn't really matter. So there we go. So it's going to ask me my sudo password, so it's going to install it. Okay, so then this is what comes up. You see, it will ask me, do I want to install, uninstall, or exit. So obviously I'm going to click 1 to install it, and you see it's going to no previous installation found, so it's proceeding with the previous installation. I don't know why I uninstalled it. Okay, so you see it has installed. Let me zoom out a little bit. So it has installed. You see, yeah. So you see all that. It's pretty quickly. So I press enter. Then you see this is the part where I just clicked 3 to exit. So it has now been installed. So one thing I kind of don't like about this is that I have to leave this around, this folder, because you can't simply just uninstall it, which is kind of weird. So now I'm going to see if it installed properly. Yeah, there it did. It didn't install properly, so I'm going to open up the pair. So this is it right here. I don't know why it doesn't take up exactly half of the space. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to set up. I wanted to take up half the space. So this is a photo. This is PearAI. So I'm going to go through this a little bit fast because there's a lot to cover. I'm not even going to, I apologize, I don't even have time to go. If you guys want me, I can keep it for about a day or two, and then I can do a night stream where we go through the AI stuff. But I said I'm more interested in the actual editor itself for the things that I need. So obviously the usual, you have the file manager here, you have, the new text, open, save, those type of things. We'll look at the preferences. Okay, might as well right now. So preferences, you have the profile, you have the settings, you have the extensions. We'll come back to this later. So the theme, and then the online service, obviously the stuff for the AI stuff. And then under edit, we have the usual undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, finding files, replacing files. I do like this type of features because sometimes you might have, usually when you're working on code, the files you're working on are related to each other. So you might be looking for something, maybe you want to rename it. So the finding files of replacing files, that's actually pretty good. That I like that. I think all modern editors should have that by default. And then the toggle line, block line, and emmet. If you don't know what emmet is, this is the old, I think it was for CSS to be able to write CSS faster. So that's good that it does have it. And then in selection, select all, expand selection, shrink selection. Those are pretty good for IDEs. Then copy line up, down, move line up and down. That's also very, all IDEs, not Blender. NetBeans has that as well. Add cursor above, add cursor below. I've never used this before. Add cursors to line ends. I've never used that before. Next occurrence, previous occurrence, select all occurrences. And they have column. Right now I should actually check that because as you can tell, I was testing that. So that's the so you see it does have those features for advanced, which I do use. Under view, you can open views. I'll show you this later as well, and then you can change your appearance here. So this is usually to minimize distraction-free editing. That's what I use it for. And down here you can see it does have dynamic zoom. Control plus the plus or control it says the equal sign, but that's usually control plus or control shift plus, and then zoom out to just control minus. So I like that. And you can reset zoom to, I didn't realize I had a reset zoom. I do like the reset zoom, so it's control and numpad 0. I like that feature as well. And then things like min maps, breadcrumbs. So it's really, really nice. What else do you have? We have the Explorer, that's File Explorer. So I do like that. And what else have we have in here? Obviously extensions. I said we'll take a look at those later. And you can have the terminal. I do use the terminal, especially if it follows the folder path. Yeah, because sometimes even with IDEs, I find that there's some things they don't come with. So for example, if you Git, you might have to drop to command line to do some things. And of course, you have word wrap as well. That's a feature that I do use, and I think it should really be turned on by default these days. And then under the Go menu, obviously you have things like next change, previous change, go to references, type definitions. I do use this feature as well in IDEs. And then you can switch the editors and groups. And at run, you can do your debugging. So I usually only use this when I'm doing things like C programming. I guess you can also use it for Java as well, but Java I usually use a dedicated Java. But I'm saying I haven't tried it yet. And then you can also install additional debuggers. In Terminal, as you guys know, I'm a keyboard warrior, so I can definitely run this kind of things, the terminal especially, and then run tasks. So that's fine. I've never actually used this type of things. I said I usually have my own build scripts as well. And under help, of course, you have the welcome screen, and then you have about. So let's click about first. So the about, you can see the version is 1.89, just like that's the latest version at the time of this recording. It was released 5 months ago. Okay, that's fine. It still works. And then you have the welcome screen. So this is the welcome screen here. It shows you how to supercharge your, talks about the AI stuff, but then it says a show welcome or page on startup. Obviously I unchecked that, but that's what it looks like. And then similar to NetBeans, you can simply just click the tab here to get rid of it. So that's a quick overview of PearAI. Now let's get started to what I need. As I said, you can take a look at the screenshots there. What I need as a no, I'll show you that later. So we're live. So to prove it here. So yeah, so as it told, it is live. Not only am I live on YouTube, I'm also live on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. Now for Odyssey, for BitChute, let me check. I'm gonna take a little break right now to see if I'm actually live on BitChute. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have to refresh the page. Yes, I am. I'm live on BitChute. So I should also be live on Rumble and also on Odyssey as well. Okay, so let me double check on Rumble. I think Rumble I have to refresh the page. So just give me a second. I'll refresh the page. Hit play. Yes, I am live on Rumble. I'm going to do the same thing on Odyssey. Yes, I am live. So there we go. I'm live on all. I'm using FFmpeg as you guys saw earlier today. I'm live on all the platforms. So because I'm live on all the platforms, if you guys want to chat, I can also chat there on all of them. Unfortunately, because I'm using GNOME Wayland, it doesn't do the browser docs. So I'm not able. I wish the chat would be combined. Maybe that will happen in the future. KD used to have an option where you could actually do that as well, like put them all so they combine into one window, but they took that feature out as well. So I'm on GNOME, so do not help me. Okay. So for my requirements as a text editor, programming text editor, I have, obviously the code editor, that's what this is, an IDE, IDE tab features, plugins, all extensions, the theme. It has to be open source. I explained why that earlier. SCM stands for source code management. That's something basically Git. LMB, that means left mouse button. MMB means middle mouse button or the scroll wheel. And here's my CPU. I already said it's Ryzen 5 600 GT. The memory I have is 32 gigs of DDR4. I'm using Fedora Linux 42, and then using the GNOME desktop 48. It's also Wayland. Now this last two will probably change in about a month because GNOME 43 will be released anytime. I usually wait at least a week or so before I upgrade. And then this is the test suite. I'm going to have a very large file. It's going to be a 1 gigabyte human readable text. I'm going to have a regex file. And then I'm going to have a syntax file, the PHP syntax file. It's gonna combine HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and obviously PHP. So 4 of them together. Then it's going to be a smiley face or some type of JPEG file. And this is just to drag it into the file browser, because sometimes, for example, working on a website, the customer the client might want to change the 5 icons. So I want to be able to drag. Because the 5 icons are pretty small, sometimes they're SVG images, so I don't mind something like that being tracked by Git. So that's why I do that. And then, or it could be a logo. If the logo is small enough, I do the same thing. And the Java version is 21.0.8. PHP version is 8.4.13. The Python version is 3.13.7. And the the editor version is 1.8.9, as I just proved it to you guys a few seconds ago. So here's my test scoring. Each feature has two parts. If you get a score of 0 if it's missing the feature. If part of the feature works, you get a 0.5. So to eliminate bias, what I did was I tested this editor in cross-platform where possible. For example, I no longer have a Mac computer, so I can't test it on a Mac, and I don't use Windows anymore. So, well, I could install it in a virtual machine, but I feel that's a little bit unfair because that you don't get the virtual machine. Sometimes the performance might not be up to snuff. So for PearAI, I'm being honest, I've never tested it out on any other platform except for Linux, especially Fedora Linux. So I haven't been using it. I think I used to say I used to use it for 3 years. I removed that part. So clearly I haven't been using it for 3 years because I literally just installed it for the first time. Like within the week, just a few days ago. Okay. So I'm just putting that out. I'm being truthful. So obviously the theme can be changed. I think it came with a light theme. I know I can't remember, but yeah, you can get dark and dark light themes or any theme you want. So what I mean is that if you remember, we can go to when we go here to preferences, you see it says settings, but then it says theme. So you see a theme here. You can change. Let's go color theme. So you can change. There's lots of themes. You see there's light, there's dark, and multiple more themes as well. So that for that you got a perfect score. There isn't. I mean, I'm being as long as the theme works. Usually, what I mean by dark theme, you see, is that the code normally by default for most text editors and IDEs is that the background is white and the text is black, which is perfect fine. So when you go to a dark theme, clearly the text cannot be black because of the dark themes, right? So usually the text is lighter, white is fine, or some other color, and then some of the other things like the when wavy color, whatever, that could still stay red. But I'm saying there's some things which need to be changed to match the dark theme. Okay, so that got a perfect. So dragging and dropping a text file opens in a new buffer, or it's possible to specify the location. Yeah, this one actually blew me away. This might be the first editor that I've used where I'm able to do this. I'll explain what I mean. So here I have this. I have this the folder which I always use. So for example, I'm gonna try this books.xml. So I can drag it into here. And then it says, do you want to allow untrusted files in this window? Remember my selection. I'm going to say yes because I trust them. I don't know why it says untrusted. Okay, I'll say open. So you see it open up here, and you see the syntax outline as I was saying before. So normally this would be black text, but because I'm using a dark theme, it turns into white or a lighter color, so it's visible. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this regex file. So normally for most text editors, when you drag it, it will always append to after the whatever tab is shown there. So in this case, I'm going to try to drag this regex.txt file to the beginning. So I want it to be tab number 1, and watch what will happen. So I grab it. See, usually it goes here. You see that? So that's going to be appended at the end. But if I want to drag it to the first part, you see I can do that. I got to tell you, this is the first text editor that's able to do that. Other text editors, you can't drag it to where you want. So this one I can drag it exactly where I want, whether it's the beginning, end, anywhere else. And as you saw, I didn't show that, but I'll show you another one. If I wanted to drag it, for example, create a new like a split view, I can do that as well. So that is amazing. And one thing you saw as well, it's very clear. When I was holding it up here, you see it wanted to divide here, so I can do that as well. meaning I can split the view, which is awesome. So it got a perfect score. Off to a great start. Now, opening a very large file, it didn't crash. And I think this is one of the first ones as well, except for the terminal text editors. So here, I'm going to open up this 1 gig text file and watch what happens as well. So I grab it, and you can see you see shift to drop into the editor, so I can drag it to the end there, or I can drag it somewhere else. So what you see, I can split it. Also do a split. So it takes a little bit longer to load, but there's an indicator that it's loading, which is also pretty nice. It's not going to be as fast as a terminal text editor, but you see it did open up, and it explains here to reduce memory usage and all that, to avoid. So that is really good. No other text editor that I've used so far does something like that. So for example, can I edit the file? So I'm going to put my mouse anywhere here, for example, like right there, press enter, and you can see I can edit. I can edit this, right? So now, because I don't want this to crash or have any issues, so I'm going to actually close it. So I click the close there, and it says, do you want to save? I could save if I wanted, but I don't want to save, so I'm just going to say do not save. So I'm going to, I typed do not save. Why is it not closing? The CPU is going up. Oh, there. Okay, it takes a little while, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. So you see, it's still got a perfect score. Okay, multiple documents can be opened in multiple tabs. Obviously, as you just saw that, tear off does work. Oh yeah, that's another one. Tear off does work as well. Blows my mind as well. I mean, others do have, like NetBeans does have it. So if you don't know what tear off means that you see right now I have regex.txt and I have books.xml. So tear off means that I can take one of these tabs and just take it off, like completely take it off. So for example, I can put it here, as you can see, I can put it down here, but I can also take it right off the page, and you see it will open up as its own. You see here, it opens up as its own editor. That's actually tear off. So I use that feature a lot in NetBeans, and looks like I got a text message. Let me check who that is. I hope it's not a spam text message. Give me a second. Oh, okay. It's a cellular company telling me that the bill is ready. Okay, so I like that feature as well. So as you can see, I can clearly edit it. I can still edit the file. Now, one thing I didn't test. Can I tear it back and put it back here? Oh, yes, I can. Very good. Similar to NetBeans. In fact, this is actually more intuitive than the NetBeans one. So I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, you're going to dump NetBeans for this? Oh, not yet. Let's continue. So multiple editors can be opened. New tabs, drag options. Yeah, we've done that. We've done the tear one, so you can split horizontal work. I've just done that. So that's a perfect score as well. So far, perfect. Creating non-project files is possible. Non-project can be opened in the command line. On the command line, you can simply just drag. So what I mean, so clearly, one of the things I used to dislike about IDs, even NetBeans used to do this, is that sometimes you might just, for example, like most of the tutorials I do, they might be, for example, when I do the Podman stuff, right? They might be like the container file, Podman file, maybe a Python file, or a PHP file, and Nginx. So basically, there's only three or four or five files. I don't feel like creating a project because I'm saying is that the project is just the folder itself. So like this, I can open single individual files. I like doing that, and or you can drag a folder. So I created this one. You see, it's called My App. You can drag just My App right into the here, and then it'll ask you, do you want to save changes to the books? I'm going to say don't save, and you see what it did instead is it opened up that folder, and that folder has, if we actually go check it out here just to prove to you, see that folder has another folder inside it called app1, and it has app.php, as all that stuff came up here as well. So that is really good. So that means that Yeah, so that answer to that question is correct. Now, since we're here, I wanna test one more thing because sometimes I forget to do this. So this is why I have these images. So remember, my app doesn't have any images. So let's say, as I said before, maybe it's a logo, maybe it's a fav icon, something like that, a little graphic. I want to add it to the project. So I'm gonna grab this guy here and just drag it in here. What will happen? Okay, so that's correct. That's the correct behavior because this is not an editor. So I want to drag it into my project. So I'm going to drag this into the project. Why is it not working? Oh, is it loading? Oh, it's loading. Why did this guy open? How do I close this agent? This is not what I wanted to do today. Is it here to close it? I'm not sure how to close this. Is it? Oh, shift to split. Oh, I didn't realize you could do that. Okay, that's nice. I want to split. How do I close this? This send code. This is one of the reasons I dislike having. Oh, is this it? Toggle. Okay, that's a toggle. Okay, so let's do that again. Here's my image. Why can't I? There you go. So you can this is that AI agent was actually getting in the way. So I don't know why that feature is there. That doesn't make sense. So I want to drag it back. I want to drag it into my. I hope it doesn't. Yeah, none that exists here. So I want to drag. Why can I drag it into my? Yeah, there we go. So so the AI agent actually is annoying. So that's what I'm saying. Like now, my project, my non-specific project or non-project file has whatever folder contains this tux, and we can prove it back here on the. You see, now tux is in there. Now you can obviously delete it from here, or you can delete it from here. So I'm going to delete it from here. Hit delete. It says, do you want to move to tabs? Yes. And you see it's been removed there, which is the proper behavior. So that's perfect. So back to number 6 is perfect score, and soft wrap is enabled. So basically, to enable soft wrap, what you do is I'll show you the settings. So we go to preferences here, then we go to settings, and in settings you can just search for word wrap. You see there? I turn it. You can turn it off or on. So there's options. You can do the word count, bounded, and line wraps at minimum. That's where it is. So you might be wondering why I'm showing you this. The reason I'm showing you this because by default I think it was off. So I had to turn it on. So the reason, even though you guys just saw me install this, it's probably because it remembered my settings from before. Because remember I said I did test it in order to create those screenshots. So that's how you turn that on. And then you see it says word wrap column A. You can change all that. That's all up to you. So that's the settings. Obviously, there's way more settings here, like the font, the diff editor, right? So there's a lot of stuff here, and then extensions. And you can see some of the extensions I installed. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that when we get to it. And then I also installed this on the live word count. I think I installed that one. So I'll show you that. Oh yeah, actually it's coming up pretty soon, right there. It says spell check. I had to enable this extension called code spell check. And I also had to install this for the word count, the live word count. So I'll show you how to do that. You go back to file here, then you go to preference, and then we go to extensions. And then, where's the extensions here? So right now I'm in settings. I'm going to close the settings. And let's look at the extensions. I thought the extensions come up here. Why didn't they not come up here? The extensions. Okay, I don't want the extensions to be there. So can I drag them here? I don't know how I got them to open in this pane instead of the other one. No, that's be careful when I'm clicking this stuff. Yeah, but so you can search for extensions. It's a little bit smaller. Can I drag? Okay, let's maybe I'll drag this and make it bigger. Okay, there you go. So you can see better. So as I said, I installed this one, the code spell checker, and I installed this one, the live count one. So the reason I did that was because I said it didn't come with a spell checker, and that's why you see it's highlighted, the color, and you see the Canadian spelling of color. It claims it's wrong versus the American one, and you see I made some other deliberate mistakes here just so that it will pick it up, and that's the wavy lines. And if you right click on it, you see I can change all occurrences, spelling suggestions, and all that. So that works really, really, really well. Okay, and the next one is word count. The problem with this live word count is what it does is, you see, it counts the entire words. You see here it says 179 words. So that's for the entire document. I don't care about the entire document. What I care about, I mean, that's not true. Maybe if somebody says, can you write me a 300 word essay or something? Okay, fine. What I want is sometimes I want to count the number of words on in a paragraph, or for example, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5. Is it 5? Yeah, 5. So if I highlight this, oh, it does work. What the? Okay, it tells me there are 5 words. Okay, maybe okay, so okay, it does work. So it says 5 words. Sorry, I apologize. So this score is actually wrong. Yeah, this score is wrong. Maybe I forgot to change it. So this should actually be a 1. So okay. So that was my mistake. So this is actually wrong. This should actually be 1. I'll update this after the live stream. So this is wrong. So it does work, but you do need to install that extension. Okay, so jump to line. So right now you see I'm on line 21. If I want to jump to say line 1, oh, did I show you? Did I do this? So no. Oh, I didn't do the soft wrap. I apologize for that. So let me zoom in. Okay, so here's a problem with the zoom. As you can see, it zooms because it's based on a web browser. You see, it zooms everything. Clearly, the only thing I want to zoom is only the editor part. I don't want to zoom here or here, right? The only thing I want to zoom in is right here. So technically, it did zoom the font, but anyway, back to the soft wrap. So it does work. You see, it says the sky darkened before the storm began. So if remember it was control none pad 0. As you can see, it's actually 1 line, right? So that's it. So I had to obviously that's why word wrap obviously works. So we're now the line jump works as well. You said jump from line 21 to 1. Once again, for example, here I'm on line 1. I press Ctrl G and I say 19. You see, it takes me to line 19. What is the cursor? I have to press enter. Oh, I do like that feature. It actually scrolls right to the line even before you press enter. Oh, I like that. I like that feature. That's pretty good. Okay. So the fonts can be dynamically scaled. I showed you guys that. The plus, minus, find and replace obviously works. For example, Control F here, and I'm looking for forest. Oh, I really like that. It goes right to it. I really, really, really like that. And of course, you can also do find and replace. So find and replace, usually it's Control H, but Control H here doesn't work. So what you do is you go to edit, replace. Yeah, that one. Oh, you can specify shortcuts for that one. You see, here's the replace. That one doesn't have a shortcut. You can specify. See the find and replace, or you can just use the menu, the edit menu. So you got a perfect score. Sorry, I forgot to show you guys something. I'll do Control F again, and you can see. You see, this one is match case, a whole word, or regular expressions. So regular expressions do exist. The toggle for that is Alt A. Oh, sorry, Alt R. Okay, where am I here? Okay, so code forwarding obviously does work. So I'll pick up the PHP file here. As you can see, it actually remembered the code block the way I left it last time. So for example, this style here is when you put your mouse over here, this let me zoom in, it may be easier to see. There we go. So if I go back here to the style, you can see when I put my mouse over close to the line number, you see there's a little arrow pointing downwards. So if I click on it, and that will collapse it, and then when I click it again, it will expand. You can see the arrow now is pointing this way and now down to expand it. So it also, that's for obviously CSS. This is JavaScript here. It also works for JavaScript, as you can see. Clearly it works for this is a div here, so it also works for HTML, and we have some PHP. Yes, we have some PHP here as well, and it also works for PHP. So it's multiple languages. So that one got a perfect score. Where am I here? Yeah, perfect score. Yeah, go for code 40, got a perfect score. Multi-language syntax, I already talked about that. See, this is a PHP file, but it has CSS, JavaScript, HTML, obviously PHP, and they all work perfectly fine. Perfect score. So far everything is perfect. Then we go down to code 40. We talked about that. Model language we talked about the code. Select rectangular block selection. So if you don't know what that means is that's the easiest way to show it is here in the regex. Let me zoom out again. Control numpad 0. So so what you can do is you can go to selection here. You can enable selection. It says selection mode. So you can also specify a keyboard shortcut, whatever you want. But I'm just going to use the mouse here. So click it, go back to it, and just to show you that you see it's been checked. Then what you do is, for example, I'll go here and go up here, and you see that's the rectangular block selection or column selection mode. Now there's a little problem with this. There's actually two problems with it. Number one is, you see this line number 14. It says she reached for the book, comma, not noticing PearAI, the note beneath it. You see, it should not select the it here, because it is actually, it should be here. If you don't understand what I'm saying, that if I make this, where is the thing to, there we go, I'm going to make it, you see, it has selected the it. You see my point? That is actually wrong. So that's why it does work, but not quite the way, because I don't want to select it. I just want to select basically the first. That's a column. That's not the it. The it is not part of the column, but it did select it. What I'm saying is that what it should have done is this, without selecting the it. But because when the wrap is on, so that's a bug in the selection. Okay, and then rectangular block search does not work with word wrap enabled. So that's why it got a, so that's the first chink in the armor. That's why I didn't get a perfect score. They got a 0.5. Okay, then now we're going to do multiple cursors. So multiple cursors, you can toggle them using the control key. If you don't know what multiple cursors are, you see right now it has the cursor is after the word engine. It's there. So if I hold down the control key, I go to this Canadian spelling of the color. I click on that. Now it's multiple cursors. Now we're going to go to room here. Now we have, that's multiple cursors. So then I can type, for example. So that's it. And now I can press Ctrl Z to undo. And the other thing is you can also select. So for example, I can select this line like that. I'm holding down Control. I can select this one here, and then I can select this. So that's what multiple cursor allows you to do as well. Now you can see the cursor is there for all of them. However, I can't search only in that selection part as well. So that's why it got a 0.5. So I'm not able to select. I'm not, for example, if I press Ctrl F, if I look for, you see, it's already gone, right? So I can't. So clearly, yeah, it's already gone, even though it's still highlighted. So that's the problem. So for example, I'm gonna let me see, the letter M. See, on line 17, the letter M is missing, right? But in the selections which I chose, the letter M is there. For example, under room, and through the very empty, the M is there, right? So if I type M in here in my search, you see it's selecting everywhere, not in my selection. So that's the feature which is very unfortunate that it doesn't have. So that also tells me that I can't search in a specific selection, which I can do in NetBeans. NetBeans, I can search only what I've highlighted. So that's a very handy feature. So that when people say, hey, why are you still using NetBeans? No, that's why, because I use that feature and it has it. Okay, so it's a useful feature for me. Now, distraction-free mode, obviously this gets a perfect score. I can, as you saw when I first started, I can get rid of this pane or hide the AI chat assistant. I can hide the terminal. I enabled the terminal here, so that's why it's showing up here. I said it remembers my last what I did before, but I can easily hide those, and obviously you can get rid of line numbers and all of that as well. And you can also look for extensions if that's not enough for you. For me, I'm happy with that, so I got a perfect score of 1.0. Now the file manager is enabled. I already showed you that. The file manager where I what is it? What did I do there? Oh, there's more stuff like the source control and run and debug, and there's also stuff here like recommended and etc. So if you remember, the file manager was here, and what is views installed? Yeah. So yeah, if you remember, the file manager is in the left pane, and you can also toggle the sidebar. So there we go. I say one of the other things you can do to you can also toggle the bottom one, as I said before, and you can also toggle the I don't want to toggle that one, and then you can also customize your layout however you want it. So that got a perfect score of 1.0. So as you can see here, you can also do splits manually, group things, you can flip the layout, and you can open a view, and there's so much stuff you can do here. So you see, this is how I enabled it. I just clicked here for the terminal. Okay, and you saw word wrap there, so you can toggle it off or on if you wish. And terminal is enabled, as you saw the terminal there. Again, if I go to, I can click here terminal, you can create a new terminal, split a terminal, or you can just go back to the view and click terminal, and the terminal will show up here. And you see it's inside my app because that's the folder I'm in. So it automatically follows to the project folder, which is amazing. I like that. I don't have to go and enable that by default. I'm sure you can tweak it to whatever you want, but I'm very happy with that. And you see here's also the spell checker, and you see what it found and the issues and all that as well. So yeah, very nice. Terminals, yeah, perfect. So as you saw, I thought I was sure this was going to get a perfect score, but it did not. So in case you're wondering, I said even though I showed that 0, that is actually not true. It still got a because of this here, it lost 1 because of this 0.5. So that's why it got a 95 percent instead of much higher. I was surprised that this was the closest one to getting a perfect score. Unfortunately, one of the features there, the multiple cursors or the selection is something that I do use. So that one is it's not quite a showstopper. If it had that, then I would seriously consider leaving NetBeans. But for now, it looks like I'll keep NetBeans. So as I said, the Pro is a lightweight IDE by default. The Pro editor is missing required features that can be enabled by inflated by plugins or extensions. And for my required features, the PearAI editor scored a 95% or 9.5 out of 10. So very good editor. And let's see how much resources it's using. When I open up that, so it doesn't use very many resources, except obviously when it was when we had the big 1 gig file, then it went up. Actually, let me open up that 1 gig file again, and so let's open up that big file again and see what's happening. So where's that 1 gig file? Here's the 1 gig file again. I'm going to open it up, and you see the CPU jumps up. So I know, you see that? That is, it jumped up as you saw to 50%. All the CPU, all the threads, sorry, all the CPU threads. But then after it's loaded, it's normal. So obviously, if I had a more powerful CPU, it won't be a problem. It's just the initial opening. And let's be honest, who's going to be working with 1 gig files in an IDE, right? Let's be honest. Most likely, you just tweak them on the command line. So if I edit this file, I told you that I can edit this file. Okay. So, ooh, did you see that? The CPU jumped when I was just editing it. Okay, so that's a showstopper for me. So yeah, so that's a showstopper for me. Wow. That is not good. Yeah, that's a showstopper for me. So do not save. That's a showstopper for me. Yeah, I can't. I can't have the CPU. Wow. Yeah. So as you saw, that is too much. That's too much. So if you noticed, the studio provides Copilot is PearAI is powerful. Then I'll answer your question in a second, Apex Indian boy. So if we go to processes, if you notice something interesting, right? You see, we know what browser it's using. Clearly, it's using the Chromium browser, because look at this, Chromium browser, PearAI, and then here we have another one. So clearly, it's using PearAI and it's using the GPU. So Pear, and a lot of Chromium stuff open as well. Right? A lot of Chromium stuff open as well. Chromium, Zygote. So if you remember the other editor which was doing the same thing, so that tells me that this PearAI, you see that? VS Code and all this stuff, a bunch of Zygote stuff. So that's so it's using way too many resources. Actually, I forgot to look at how much RAM usage was. Actually, that's not too much RAM usage. However, I think they still need to do a few more tweaks. So to answer your question, Apex Indian boy, as I said, if you want me, I can continuously review this tonight. I said I haven't tested any of the AI features of this editor. So Copilot is obviously something that Microsoft has been working on for a long time. I think they also use it in GitHub. So I think it's their own, but some of the background stuff might be from OpenAI. So I can't answer that question because I've never used Copilot, at least not knowingly. And if we toggle where's the stuff to toggle? Yeah, is that this one? PearAI? No, that's not it. Oh yeah, it's part of. So we have the accounts here to backup and sync. Obviously, I prefer my stuff here. So is this the one for the custom? Where does it go? No, it's gone. It's when I need it. What is going on here? Oh, here it is. This one here. Is that the? How do I? Oh, toggle pair. Okay, there goes the last one. So this one. So this is not going to work right now because I haven't selected a model to use. So to answer your question is, if you find a model better than Copilot, then PearAI will be better because you can install your own models, or you can specify your own models. So I believe VS Code probably has the same thing, because remember, this is just a fork of VS Code, and they also have a submodel. Remember, they did say that they have a submodel for VS Code. Yeah, you see, this is our fork of VS Code. Our main functionalities live in our submodule, which you can find here. So meaning that if you have VS Code, you can also use PearAI as well. But the way when I install this editor, obviously it comes built in with PearAI. And again, I've not used Copilot, and I've not used PearAI for any of the coding helpers and whatever. When I code, I usually do my own my own what do you call it? I do my own like I trust myself instead of relying on AI. So I don't think this is going to work here. So we can try it out. So I don't usually I ask. Okay, I'll ask it for something pretty simple. Can I have PHP code that connects to MariaDB database? Hit send. I don't think it's going to work because so that's the thing. So I haven't set up the API keys and everything like that. So or I haven't chosen a model. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to work. See, I need to log into Pair or to then set up the models. I said I don't bother with that because I know how to program. But I said I'm not. I haven't used Copilot as well. And I said I've never used VS Code. So I don't know if it comes free and you don't have to log in. But I suspect you usually have to, and you have to grab some keys and all that stuff to do that part. Manage. Let's go to manage extension. Maybe it will give us a hint there. So let's. Which one is the toggle one? Is this the last one? Here we go. So you see, this is the right now. It's disabled. So they're telling us how to. You can integrate it with rule code, client, a coding agent, name always kept intact. So you can follow these instructions and use my favorite npm. Right? Isn't it funny? This is the second code editor in a row that uses a bunch of npms and npm, and then it always uses way too many resources. So there we go. You can follow those instructions. But I said I am not happy with. I'm very happy with the way the application works. I said I wouldn't use it. For my personal use, I don't need the AI stuff. But if you're starting out and you obviously if you need some extra help, you can try the AI. If you guys want me to try this again or the previous one or others which have actually the other one also Zed, that one also had some AI stuff as well, which I said I didn't use. But if you guys want me to go ahead and try it, I definitely would, especially if I'm able to use my own models or specify the models for open source. That's fine. Or if anybody from the Z team or the PearAI team, if you can provide testing model, I can just test only for the can test live only for the for the live stream. I'm not going to use. I'm saying I'll be happy to test, and just everybody can see, and everybody can see how it works. Otherwise, I said I don't, because obviously I know how to program, and so that's my take on it. All right, so oh wow, it's been an hour already. So I'm gonna show you. Let's finish this up, and I'll show you how to get rid of this if you don't like it anymore. Because one thing I always dislike is people always show you how to install things, but don't show you how to uninstall. Especially something like this, because you need to keep the folder if you want to uninstall it later. If you delete it, you have to download the folder again just to do the uninstall. That is, I think, something that can be improved on. Okay, so let's go back to the finish up here. If you want more from Ojambo, that's me. If you're looking to expand your programming knowledge, I said before, I have programming books available on Amazon. I have the link here for courses on ojamboshop.com. Programming courses. If you want to schedule one-on-one online programming tutorial with me, ojambo.com/contact. And if you need help installing or migrating, for example, PearAI, you can contact me on ojamboservices.com/contact. The links for all of this are in the description. And my final thoughts: if you want to bring AI into your coding without losing control or flexibility, PearAI is worth a look. Fedora users will appreciate how easy it is to integrate PearAI into their development workflow. Give it a try and explore what open source AI powered development looks like. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments. It helps the channel grow. It helps other people find content like this, and helps especially open source software. And the reasons I do this is not to make fun of open source tools. It's simply just to show where they lack. That's why I'm open to trying out some proprietary stuff, because maybe the proprietary stuff is better. So maybe open source can improve as well. So I'm open to doing that. Okay, with that said, I've been promoting some 2 resources this month. The first is that, as you guys saw, I'm in a rural area, and just a few seconds ago I was able to receive something on my phone. So I use SpaceX Starlink for my internet, and as even this live stream on 4, remember I'm on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and BitChute at the same time. I'm using SpaceX Starlink. It's works great. I also use it on my phone for Wi-Fi calling, because the cellular signal is also weak around here. It works pretty well. And the other thing I'm promoting, the reason I'm promoting is because I have a referral link. So if you use my referral link, if you want to get the SpaceX Starlink residential service, I'll get 1 month free, and you guys will get a discount depending on your geographical location, the duration, and the type of discount you also get. And I also have this novelette I'm promoting this month. It's called The Algorithmic Servant. It's a psychological thriller about a scientist. You see, that's my name there, Edward Ojambo. I'm not the scientist. The scientist creates an AI system, and then he loses control of his mind. So he has to regain control of his mind and also the AI system. And as you can see here, this is the paperback version. You can see it's a real pages and everything. It's available on Amazon right now, and there's also an ebook version. This is the paperback version, but there's also an ebook version. The ebook version is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. So take a look, let me know what you think, good or bad, because I want to improve. I want to write not just programming books, but I also want to write other fictional, maybe even sometimes later on, some non-fiction. So let me know. Thank you very much. So with that said, also let me know in the description if you want me. I'll do another live stream tonight. So let me know if you want me to continue with PearAI, or do I already have topics. I have a lot of topics I want to do tonight. So I can continue. I can test it out, especially if somebody from PearAI provides me with some keys. So let's click here. What happens if I click log into Pear? It's gonna take me to Pear. It says welcome back, and then not human. So the pricing. So let's check out the pricing. Let's check out the pricing here. So there's a free for intern. I guess I could sign up for that tonight. I'm on Linux, of course. Community, okay. And then there's Maker, $15 a month, an early bird subscription. You get for market leading. So yeah, so to answer your question there, Apex Indian Boy, so clearly if you get something like Maker, or you get the enterprise one, in theory, it's better than Copilot, because it's going to use multiple AI models. Copilot is probably only going to use one, which is most likely Copilot itself. But this one is going to use multiple AI models. So for example, it might use ChatGPT, it might use maybe, is it Claude? Or, Claude, or another one. So most of the models out there, they're based usually on 1 or 2 only, and then the others are just trained slightly different. So so maybe using multiple, having access to multiple AI models is better than just having one. I'm not sure about that, but as I said, I haven't tested them. So there you go. For my personal opinion, you guys have seen I've done a lot of AI stuff this year, and the code output is not impressive so far. It might improve, but I doubt it. Like, let's just say that although people were saying that people like me are dinosaurs, AI is going to replace people like me, that might happen, but as of now, not even close. It's not even close. Yeah, not impressed with for simple things like like generating PHP connection to the database. Yeah, it can run very quickly. What I'm saying is that for more not even advanced, just no voice stuff, not even close. You guys have seen it, right? You can check my channel. I've done a lot of AI. I've tested big models, small models. None of them come close. And if you think that it's because it's the local ones, the commercial ones, I've tested them too. If I was blown away, I'll be showing you guys. I'll be saying, "Oh my goodness, this blows the other stuff. It's so much better." It's not. that's why I don't even bother with it. Okay. So with that said, let me show you how to uninstall this application. So clearly, the first thing you need to do is close it. Okay, and let's close this. We don't need that. So here on the command line, again, I'm gonna run the PearAI manager. So I put in my password again. So that means this is where I am, in case you're wondering. So you see our PearAI here. I'm inside the installer here, and I'm running this PearAI _ manager.sh. That's what I'm running. So in this case, it's already installed. So I want to uninstall it. So I press 2 and uninstall. Are you sure? Yes. And then it uninstalls it. So basically, you can see what it did. It just put it in this path, /bin /user bin /user, and the applications for the desktop file, and then the share file as well, and then the color, that's for the icon, and then it installed it in the /opt folder. Now it's gone. So for example, if I go to the /opt folder, I should not see anything. Oops, it says press enter to continue. Then I'm going to exit 3. I'm going to check the opt folder. I shouldn't have anything there. Yeah, it's empty. And there's nothing hidden as well. I can double check. Yeah, there's nothing. So it has uninstalled itself. I wish the installer was a little bit better, because I don't want to keep this file here. I would like to get rid of it. That's usually what I do. Usually when I download something, I would, you unzip it. Once it's installed, you delete it, right? And then you can uninstall the other way. But that one, I guess, I'm not going to complain. I can simply just download it again and just uninstall that way. So that's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cd out of it. I'm just going to delete the file, installer, and that's it. So I'm going to keep this because I might change my mind tonight and then do a review of it, how to use it with the AI, but we'll see. Okay, with that said, guys, just make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys. With that said, thank you very much. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. I've had a big jump in subscribers this month. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye now.